We're live!
Hey!
Hello! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Black Dragon Roleplay, where we are not professional voice actors, we are not gaming gods, we are just a group of friends that have been brought together through the love of story. I want to share our tabletop adventures with all of you. A few things before we start our session proper. We are so glad that you are here watching us live on Twitch. We appreciate all the support that we have here. If you are new here and want to keep up with the campaign, please drop us a follow. If you'd like to support us, there is a subscribe button. Drop your prime, sub for some emotes, support the stream. We greatly appreciate everyone who supports the stream. We have a YouTube, we have a social media, we have Discord, we have our personal links. All of this and more can be found in the info boxes below. We are now 36 episodes into this campaign, so if you have missed anything or would like to watch the show from the beginning, please take a look at our YouTube page. Every previous session is eventually posted there within a week or two. Please join us on YouTube. Click that like button and click the subscribe button to... Wait for it. Hold on one second. You ready for this?
Go for it.
Feed the dragon.
Oh, God. Nice.
He was so ready.
Nice.
Oh, God.
It's been waiting.
We played D&D. We played D&D, but... Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one. We play D&D, but we also play video games on this channel and do other fun things. Join us this Tuesday for Thumper and the Moose, aka Tuesday nights, where we play through Xbox Game Pass and by game in hopes that let me clarify that, in hopes that someone from Microsoft stumbles upon our stream and sponsors us. But we are so addicted to Magic the Gathering for the past 2 weeks. That's all we've been doing. So we play that. But it does not prelude us from wanting to be sponsored by Microsoft. Let's get into our recap. Episode 36, Changes in Altitude. Less of a recap of just last week, but the last time we played, which was a few weeks ago. I wanted to start the new year with a complete recap of where we've been. So, set on a path many months ago in-game, over a year and a half outside of game, our nameless adventuring group has battled numerous beasts and creatures, a plethora of persons wishing to sidetrack and disrupt, spirits and entities, and whatever mind flayers are, all moving towards the same goal: find the relics, help do good, stop the impending doom. Recently, that doom has been actualized as the team has met firsthand a figure they know as the Shadow Queen, finding out through various sources that this architect of evil struck a deal with 2 of the 3 kings of Tribus, granting them near immortality for a one-time payment of thousands of souls. Time is running out on this deal, but our team has the drive and determination to figure out how to defeat this vile sorceress. As they prepare, they have been guided by another king, one long past. He has collected and spread throughout the land a group of special relics, items once held by ancient warriors, that will aid in our adventure's journey. On their quest to find this ancient longsword, with magical healing properties, our group now stands in front of the highest peaks in all of Alma, staring down a 25-foot tall ancient titan. When the titan asked them who sent them, they bravely spoke of King Ortran. The titan responded by tightening his grip on his ginormous blade and announcing loudly, "Worthy is the one who will take the treasure from this mountain. Worth must be earned. Prepare yourselves." And that is where we left off last time, and that is where we will pick up today. So as we continue...
Pick
on.
off?
Well, not really pick on.
Are we starting off the year? We're starting off the year with rolling initiative. Hells yeah.
Let's do this!
I should have cleared it already, but I didn't. Remove all turns. Clear. Everybody, click on your token and then hit the initiative.
Oh yeah!
Hey.
Roll of the year. Hells yeah.
Emmy's got this.
I'll take a 21.
I don't want to go first.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to go first. Oh, thank goodness for Dante's dexterity.
Man, Boltzmann goes last. Hell's yeah.
You can observe everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Write down notes,
Fill in, find the gap and fill it.
I'll switch with you.
Does Emmy want us to keep the giant alive?
Yes, obviously.
Hey,
I don't think
I
we
don't-
can kill him. I think he'll fold before he dies.
Yeah, I don't think we're meant to kill this thing.
I think
This
we're-
is a challenge, so
Yeah.
we just have to
Yeah.
beat it.
Right.
Weather the
we have to
storm,
best
as
him.
it were.
kick butt.
Make him say uncle as we say where I'm from.
What do they say? Let's kick butt.
Alright.
We take names.
I'm
Kick
sorry.
ass.
Shoot, I rolled for Addy.
Something.
Did you roll for it?
Chewing gum.
I'm chewing gum and kicking ass, and I'm out of gum or something. I don't know.
We're out ass.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. That's how the Cowboys say it.
Oh, your 4 is from Addy. Okay. You're gonna change that? Whoa.
Ah.
Yeah, so
Yes,
the
I got
11
chew
is
bubble
for
gum and I
Brad.
kick
Hey.
ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. That's what it was.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
all
here
out of
too.
ass. What? Oh.
Poor Dante.
The story of his life.
He never runs out of ass. Are you kidding me? Have you seen him?
He will
Come
on now.
scrounge. He
would-
will
admittedly.
scrounge
Mhm.
where he needs to.
Mhm.
He's
Oh,
willing
Dante,
to
don't
go
listen to yourself
down
like
into
that.
the
You say
bottom of the
scrounge.
barrel
You get the
if need be.
finest ass you can
He
find.
said scrounge
You earned it.
when he needs to.
Here we are. Only 2 minutes into the game. Okay.
Oh, it's
We're already
scrounging.
talking about-
I've already ticked off a
Close
bunch
it.
of things on my list to do tonight, so I'm cool.
Dante, what are you doing?
Looking good. So this is happening. Like Dante sort of the look on his face is like, this is happening, okay. These are all steps, aren't they? Like tiers? Is
Yes.
Is it easy to get up?
Yeah, it's the same 5 feet, so I won't cause extra motion for that. It's very flat. It's
All
not flat, but it's just a little bit of.
That's all right.
Actually,
Oh,
for some
did I do
reason,
that
for
right?
me, it's not loading. My
Uh-oh.
background is blurry.
Uh-oh.
It'll come in a bit.
So I do dash to about here. All right, so Dante's just gonna sort of shrug, smile to the others, and then just run around the outside of the dais, the elevated platform, until he's on the other side, taking a bonus action to use his wily ways of the rogue, whatever that is, I've forgotten. Cunning action. And that's his turn, because I used my full action to dash and then dash again. Good luck, guys, he says as he runs.
Trying to see where you're on the. Oh, you're. Okay.
Around the back now. I gotta
Yeah.
adjust again.
Saoirse, you see Dante running around in circles. What are you doing?
Well, Saoirse is going to draw out that fireball arrow, casting Zephyr Strike on herself. And she will take that advantage to take a shot with her longbow with that fireball arrow. Here, let me
Hells yeah.
Here we go.
and set up the advantage. 26.
26 definitely hits.
And then for the fireball arrow, that is. I don't know how you want to. I don't know if you want to rule that as 10 piercing from the regular arrow, and then the Titan actually has to make a DC 16 Dex save. And if it fails,
Which it does.
The cat is trying
Nice.
to sit on the. Okay, in that case, 25 fire damage.
Woo!
Beautiful.
25.
Jesus
And then
Christ.
she is going to take another shot, this time without advantage. I'm guessing a 12 does not hit.
12 does not hit.
Yeah. Seeing the miss, she will then. Let me just double check the distances.
Right. Rob, quick question. Have you
Yeah.
rolled the extra 1d8?
From you're right. Yes,
Zephyr
that's
Strike.
right.
Yeah. Zephyr
Yeah,
Strike.
that's right. Zephyr Strike gets the extra 1d8 force damage. Right. Thank you for the reminder. 7 force damage. So there you go. That's going to be 32 damage total.
42. Or
Oh yeah, 42 if you're
Ooh.
counting the 10 piercing as well.
8 piercing. 8 piercing, 7 force, and 25 boomy. Right?
No, 10 piercing.
From the 26.
That's 10 piercing, 25 fire, and 7 force damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Spicy
And then
damage.
Zephyr Strike gives her, before the end of her turn, it doubles her walking speed. Or her so once everybody sees this, you would then see this blur of motion as Sirsha books it around this dais and winds up under another tree, trying to move in such a way as the Titan won't see where she ends up. And that will be her turn.
Wow. Speedy guys. Okay. And what you do see, you guys were asking the more detail in the look of this thing. It's definitely a figure that looks, bipedal, human-ish in nature, but with definitely more gaunt figures. Their arms and legs are both, larger than normal proportion. They have a very large reach, very tall, yet they're almost always hunched a little bit. Their midsection, it looks like multiple faces. You can tell from looking at them, you've seen expression on each of them, so it is not just decoration. These are active faces that are on their torso area, lead up into the main. You barely tell at times which face is actually looking at you, and multiple faces are looking in different directions and looking at different ways. When this arrow comes in, and he's definitely seen arrows before, but this explosion after the fact catches him off guard, and it kind of pushes him to the side. He reacts very differently than just the regular arrow, obviously. Definitely hurting him. He kind of grabs his side as the starts patting on his side to be able to put out the flames, as he has a large axe in one hand. He kind of rubs both the other to kind of move the flames that are trying to catch. Anything else in your turn there, Saoirse? Not, we'll go to Emmy.
So Emmy is she sees this giant thing and realizes, yeah, this is going to end in a fight. It wants a fight, okay. And she feels sort of ready to give it a fight. First thing she's going to do, well, her action, she's going to cast on herself Fire Shield.
Ooh.
Yep.
And she's going to use it as a warm shield.
Okay.
So she casts that on herself. Casting it is her action. And as far as
What does that do?
movement... Oh, I'm sorry. So a Fire Shield, it creates a shield around her. She chooses whether it is cold or hot. If it is a warm shield, She has protection against cold damage, resistance to cold damage. I know there's a difference between resistance and something else. Immune. So she has resistance to cold damage, and in addition, if a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with a melee attack, the shield erupts with flames, and the attacker will take 2d8 fire damage.
Got it. Okay. It still has the property of a shield, though, right? It gives you AC?
No, it's a spell.
doesn't.
It's basically surrounding her with fire.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I read it. I'm good.
She looks very pretty. It's one of the reasons she likes that spell. Well, actually, I don't know how
It
visible
looks like
is it?
Goku going
Thin
Super
whiskey
Saiyan.
But like gentler.
Over 7,000.
And it does cast light in a 10-foot radius. Dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts as a magical light or if that's just regular light because it's fire.
Either way, it should be fine.
Okay. All right, and then she's going to move. So there's these. How many little faces are on its torso that is watching them?
From what you can see in front of you, there seems to be about 4 that you can tell as one on top of the neck, and then 4 around the torso area. You can see the back of some of them around the shoulders. Kind of continue around the middle section.
So many.
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay. And she's going to start to move. No, she's gonna stay put. She's not moving. So that's what she's going to do.
Camiel, you're up.
Great. Hell yeah.
Kill it. Kill it. One hit.
No, we're not killing it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so what Camiel is going to do is she's going to look at this ancient being. And in her face, you could tell she doesn't want to fight this thing. This feels wrong for her. But she is going to walk up to it. Wait, oh my god, how do I do things anymore? Nope, that's not how I do things. Okay, I just drew. I am so sorry. She's gonna walk up right around here. Yeah, right around there. She's gonna walk straight up to it. Actually, before she does, she looks at Branimir and gives him a knowing nod, and then walks up to it with its Binu blade, with her Binu blade, in front of her, and she kind of shakes her head, still does not know how to feel about this whole situation, and she will put a hand up and then onto her left shoulder, and she is going to cast Aura of Vitality. So anyone within the aura, within 30 feet of her, can, on my bonus action, if needed, they will be given a heal of 2d6.
Okay.
Honestly, that's it. She will take this challenge very dreadfully.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. It is the creature's turn. We will say. Okay. The creature, kind of again, still patting out the flames. You guys are moving around and kind of preparing yourselves for battle. It moves to the side. It moves to the side here. And it will. I need.
Is it really gonna go after me?
What the hell?
No!
I need a Bran and anyone within 10 feet.
Bran, Cam, and Boltzmann? No, wait.
No, I don't think Bran makes it. Bran's 15 feet.
All right, so it's just me and Camiel.
All right.
What do we do?
As the beast kind of moves in on both of you, the mini heads cause confusion. It starts to. Your heads begin to cloud, looking at these different faces, and it confuses you. And I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Right.
Great.
And,
18.
What? I don't know how to flavor this, but I will use a reaction to give Flash of Inspiration to Camiel, which gives her +4 to the saving roll.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck. And I don't know how to flavor that. But
Finger
probably,
guns.
but probably Boltzmann's
Brain
just gonna,
blast.
probably Boltzmann's gonna try to, I don't know, take her attention away from. I'd probably flavor it as such that Boltzmann's gonna call out to Camiel, and he's gonna try to take her mind away from the giant this thing's whatever faces by just flashing, just making by clapping his hands together, producing a flash as if like dazzling her for a bit. Making her focus on this nuisance of a nerd instead. So yeah, that's just my flavor for it. And rolling for intelligence save, that is a 17. Please let that save.
18 is a DC.
What the?
Okay, well.
Well, I'm screwed. And that's
Oh,
a
no.
+4. Oh, we're both screwed.
Yeah.
Hells yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You're okay.
What the?
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Hells yeah. Oh, we're going down, boys.
We're good.
What?
We're good.
What?
We're good.
Did that just crit the damage? Is that what the green means?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It rolled max
Yes.
damage
Yeah.
on the die.
Nat 20.
No. It just rolled max damage on it.
Or yeah,
On
max.
two of
No,
the
on a couple of
dice.
the dice.
Yeah.
Max
That's all it
damage.
is.
All right.
Yeah. 2 dice.
You are considered. You take this much damage, so as this the force comes from.
Mm-hmm.
This force comes from, like, protrudes from the energy from these skulls. They begin to chant, and it confuses you, and you are feeling the psychic energy grab your heads. You take that much psychic damage, and you are stunned until the end of your next turn.
God, no! This is horrible. What a bad time to eat Boltzmann.
Shit.
Did you say
that
eat
is
Boltzmann?
turn. I didn't say eat Boltzmann.
A bad time to eat Boltzmann?
Why?
B.
It's always a bad time to eat Boltzmann.
It's always a good time.
Oh my.
Well, if you find
Good
time, why
time.
not?
Love it.
Wink, wink.
And that is the creature's turn.
Thanks, I hate it.
Simply incorrigible.
Addie, what is Addie?
Addie, run!
Addie's got this.
Yeah.
Addie,
I'm
run!
going to have Bran. I don't know if this is okay, DM, but if I can
Yeah.
flavor it so that Bran kind of like shoots his head back and like makes a whistle, like a very special whistle, so that it makes Addie kind of run. No. No. I'm not gonna do that until she's maybe older and maybe with some armor. But I'm gonna have Addie move back.
Okay.
Let's see here. She can run. How far can she run? She can run 40. So she is going to dash off, maybe into the tree line over here. She's gonna hide behind this tree. because Bran is whistling and saying, "Eddie, get out of here!
You won't get.
Hey, go on,
Yeah.
go and get help."
G-I-T.
But yeah, that is going
This
to
is
be.
where our new characters come in.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah,
Eddie runs up.
yeah.
What's wrong,
Hey,
Eddie? There's some problem
Getting
over
in
in
next
the
week.
snow.
Oh my
Getting in
god,
next
that's
week's-
actually
Getting in next week's
this is
session,
a party weight.
your party stumbles upon a lost owlbear in the mountain.
They eat
Yeah.
it and realize they can follow its tracks.
I know
Oh my
6
God.
corpses.
Oh my god. All right.
Boltzmann, your turn.
Boltzmann can't do anything. He's stunned, and at the end of my turn, I am no longer stunned. That's it. Boltzmann just shakes his head. He touches his nose. He realizes that he's bleeding from his nose, and he just looks at this creature angrily. And that is my turn. God damn it.
Bran.
And
Question, DM, before I begin. What did we rule for taking potions? Like, what was that? Was that
Bonus
a
action.
considered a
oh, hells
bonus
yeah.
action? Okay.
Yep, I go by the Critical Role Pathfinder rules.
Okay. Well, in that case, Bran is going to see this creature, this colossus, and he's going to be. He had his shield out the entire time, even during the conversation. He was pretty much just instinctively ready to defend himself. But seeing the sheer size of this thing, it makes him pause for a minute. He hesitates because this is much more different than facing off like an undead horde or anything, or an army of ghouls. This is something completely different. And so when he sees Camiel approach this thing fearlessly, it kind of he kind of snaps out of it, shakes his head, and reaches for something in the back of his on his back, behind the keg where he usually stores all the wine and stuff. He fishes out something that hasn't been seen since their fiasco in
Bloomer Spring.
Bloomer
Oh my
Spring.
god.
Yeah.
He pulls out a very odd shaped potion, and he is going to actually use the self-proclaimed the big man Bran potion.
Oh my god.
Call back.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been keeping that baby.
I was just looking at those.
Boltzmann just rubbing the blood away from his face. He shakes his head and he realizes what Bran is holding up, and his eyes just widen.
Yep, Bran is taking this experimental potion that they received from what would be an illithid. But thankfully we tested it with
We tested it.
Yeah, we tested it at God,
Oh god, what's
Dragonborn
the mage's name?
wizard.
Wheeze.
Wheeze,
Yes,
yeah.
Wheeze tested it, and it's stable, or at least it's not
clean.
corrupted. Yeah, it's not corrupted. So yeah, Bran's gonna be taking the big man Bran potion, and that will effectively, I think it'll make him not the same size, maybe a bit larger than he was. Maybe
It's the Berserker Bolt, right?
yeah, it's the Berserker
Yeah,
Bolt.
that's one.
Yeah.
From
So you go-
medium to large.
Yeah, you become large.
There we go.
So you now use a 2x2 grid space, and I do believe you do extra 2d6 damage.
Yes, I do.
Hell
And I have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. So that is the bonus action. So
You
Bran
adjust your
gulps
token,
down.
or do you mean to do that?
I don't know how to do that actually.
There we go. Big man Bran.
Is it large, you said?
It is yes,
Wow.
large.
Yeah, he's still bigger than you, but as you guys look around, you see Branimir just gulp down this potion. This red, I believe it was a red potion that he just
Yes.
You see him almost gagging on the potion as he's taking it. But as he finishes it, you see him kind of crumple down, reach down, and all of a sudden expand and spread his arms as wide as they can be. You see him grow. You see him become Swolemir.
Swolemir. Yes.
Swolemir. Hells yeah.
10 feet
With
tall.
With a fearsome roar, Brand erupts into this Swolemir, and with his extra 2d6 damage, Brand is going to approach this Colossus, possibly putting a leg next to Boltzmann as he does so, and his warhammer that is now larger and more befitting his size starts to glow with ethereal green energy as what is this specifically called? His weapon is blessed with blessed strike, and he will attempt to take a swing at this thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep, that's correct.
Wow.
That is a 29. Plus
You
2d6.
Wonderful. So yeah, it definitely hits.
And there was a time we needed that.
Wow.
Happy New Year indeed.
Happy New Year.
14, 8, and 10. Is that correct?
There you go. So yeah, Brand's warhammer is alight with righteous fury as he lands a powerful strike onto this creature, determined to make sure that they, or at least his party members, don't suffer any more damage than they already have taken.
Okay. Yeah, as you see Branimir kind of swell up, and as he kind of in one solid motion, you see him grab his hammer, more like you said, more befitting in your swollen and larger hands now, and swing back all in one action, catching the giant off guard, catching it right across its shoulder and hitting it deeply into it, piloting it down. You see this like almost bone structure that holding all of these heads in place. You see it crack. You hear the large eruption of cracks of the bones as this hammer just piles into this torso of this large titan. Definitely taken aback. As soon as the hammer is withdrawn, you see it kind of stumbling backwards, taking a moment to be able to collect itself. Dante, it's your turn.
Dante just sort of sighs as he sees the Titan lumber away from him.
Sorry, was there anything else you wanted to do, Brand? Sorry, I didn't know if you wanted to move or not.
No. That's all I can do for now.
Sorry, go ahead, Dante.
Yeah. Yeah. So the creature, the Titan, lumbers away from him. He's going to run bonus action 60 feet.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a bunch of cats in my room now, so if you start hearing something, that's them. And with his last, sure, that's exactly what they sound like. Last 20 feet, he'll get close, and I'm hoping that means he has advantage on his attack.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on that.
Because he's actually going to try and cool shot the back of the Titan's leg, trying to hamstring it.
Okay.
As he his rapier blazes into his hand, and he aims for the back of the leg. So at advantage, I hope. Where are we?
You have advantage because of that.
Yep.
Let me look at the thing for called shots again.
So it's -5, I think.
To the attack. Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to roll this. It's going to be -5. I can't actually do it through D&D Beyond at the moment. So I hope this works. Did that work? That didn't. Only one.
11 minus 5. No, it did not. You go and you slash the back of this, and where you think the tendons may be running in this creature, once you get up close and you start looking and getting close enough to begin your swipe, the locations seem off. The structure is not so much human in nature, and it's more compiled of bone and much more gaunt and not in the same muscle structure. So you go and you swipe, and you do open up the flesh, but just not enough to make actual damage.
I still have to roll a second one. I haven't rolled the second one yet.
Yep. Keep rolling.
Sorry.
This one's called shot as well?
Yeah. No. I haven't rolled the advantage. Like that wasn't. I didn't roll the advantage on that one.
My fault.
No, you're good. You're good. It was meant to roll them twice, but it didn't. So that was that'd be a natural 20.
Crits for days.
Let's just keep my flavor, and you do swipe at it once, but I'll give you the 3-second swipe as the advantage. You swipe backwards and you cut, forcing it blade upward. You slice into the back of the muscle, and you just cut and you tear, and you instantly see the Titan just fall on one knee and instantly grab its back of its thigh in complete pain.
I'm all good with that. That works for me immensely.
Ooh, baby.
So that's what's that? 15 plus 25, so 40. Is that correct?
17 plus 8. I have a little spreadsheet that does all my math for me because I suck at doing math. So I put 17.
Yeah, that's 40 damage.
8, that's 40 damage.
Yep.
God, I was muted all along.
Yeah. With the hit, he'll sort of like just nod to himself and step back. Like he has 10 feet left, so he'll step back 10 feet. I think it was here.
Yep.
And hopefully it'll turn around and attack him. But that's his turn.
Wonderful. Saoirse and Emmy next. Saoirse, what are you doing?
So watching all of this going on, Saoirse's just gonna kind of ease herself up onto the dais. Just enough where she's coming out of the tree line. And she's going to try and pepper this thing with 2 shots from her bow. So there's 1. Nat 20.
Holy crap, guys.
For 20 damage.
Happy New Year!
Hey!
And quick second. She's not making the second shots. So that's a 13.
13. So as this thing falls to one knee after Dante smashes it, after it's got one hand on its shoulder, trying to recover from this brutal Warhammer attack, onto its side out of nowhere, as it's grabbing, it's kind of exposing itself, exposing its ribs. Saoirse, you look and you find the perfect spot and you nail it right in the ribs, and it sinks in, and you see it grab the location. You fire a second shot and it goes wide, but it's still grabbing that location, that same tender spot that you had hit with the arrow. It is definitely, it's looking a lot worse than I thought it would at this point, but it is still there, still going on. Anything else you need to do, Saoirse?
I think at this point she would notice Swolomir.
Swolomir.
I was actually thinking instead of Branimir, it's Bronimir, but
Bronimir, yeah.
Swallow me. Sounds good.
Oh my god.
I like Swolomir though. I think, and she would just kind of do a double take.
I definitely stole that from Matt Mercer. That was a what is it? No, that was from Sam.
Ben Swallow.
That's something completely different.
That's a name I haven't heard in years. Oh God.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Bronimir is my cousin.
Amy,
But yeah, that'll
your
be
turn.
her turn then.
All right.
What you doing,
Wow.
Amy?
I mean, y'all seem to have this covered, so like, what do I even need to do? Spent all this time on this fancy
Finish it.
shield of mine.
You've got
Get it.
this.
She's actually going to move. In unfashionable wizard nature, she's actually going to move over. Yeah, I think she can get. Hold on, I think I calculated 30 feet was around here.
No! Don't
Here?
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Here, I think.
Don't do it!
Oh,
Don't do
hell
it!
yeah.
No! That
It's
the
okay.
New Year.
She's ready.
The spell
Um,
is no longer up because she is stunned.
Oh, the vitality.
Yeah,
Oh, that's all right.
Please rethink.
I don't
Don't
think any
worry
ever saw
about
you
it.
use it. I don't think I ever saw her use it before, so I don't know that she even knows that's what happened. To be
Shit.
fair.
Shit.
I think that was about 30 feet. Actually, we're gonna have to put her here. There's this like little stone nearby. But she's going to cast Summon Elemental. She's going to summon a fire elemental.
Huh?
She'll pop him right next to our friend over yonders.
Still only have water elemental because I'm lazy DM. But
That's okay. Oh, look how
Oh,
little he
yeah.
is. He's so cute.
where is he?
So this is all right. Oops, sorry, I moved him. You had him like on a corner there. That was interesting.
Oh,
Um,
I can't see him. Oh, there you
No?
Earl.
he's over
go.
here.
Oh, because I got the wrong. He's
Yep.
10 feet, right? The same size as.
He's a medium
man.
elemental.
Oh,
Oh, medium. It's just 5 of. There we go.
I think we made him bigger last. Anyway.
He looked bigger last time. Yeah, maybe it's just in comparison to the giant titan in front of us. I don't know. He gets to attack immediately after
Okay.
being summoned.
Okay.
That was a question. I think he does.
I believe so.
Because he takes his turn on my initiative, but he goes immediately after me. So my action would be
Yep.
to move and summon him. And so his action, she tells him, all right, Fritzy, make him say uncle. And I imagine he understands my colloquialisms. So at 5th level, he's got, I think 60 hit points. And he's going to smash into this thing with his fiery arms. So
Okay.
it's your spell attack modifiers to hit. So he does a normal d20 roll plus my attack modifier.
Yes.
All right. If I can actually just roll it. That's the damage. So I'll just do it in roll 20. I'll just do the 1d10 or 1d20. Roll 1d20 plus attack modifier. Hey, 24 to hit.
Yes, 24 definitely hits.
Excellent. So he's gonna do hit 24 plus spells level plus bludgeoning damage. Oh, plus fire damage. Okay, so it's I think this rolls the damage. One d10 plus 4. Yeah, and that's fire damage.
Okay.
And he gets as many attacks. Does it say? A number of attacks equal to half the spell level, rounded down. So it would be 2 attacks he gets because he was summoned at level 5. So does he do a second full attack or is it just damage twice?
No, second full attack.
Okay, cool. So we'll do. You know what? Yeah, let's just do it. Roll.
Actually, I think if you hit up in that space, it'll actually count. Oh, no.
20 plus 8. Oof. It's only 14.
So as the elemental kind of goes in, he definitely makes a connection right where that tender spot was where Saoirse had opened him up. He's able to connect He goes to swing again, and you see him just kind of move his arm, completely blocking, pushing it away, and one push, kind of trying to cover his torso as much as possible, and then pushing with all of his might against the elemental. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Cameo.
Cameo's in La La Land right now.
Yes, you are.
So I throw intelligence to break.
Nope. It's an automatic one turn, so you are automatically clear after your.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
You just stare and look.
Is
him.
my fear?
Mhm.
With a -1 in my intelligence. Hell yeah. Okay, so first of all, she's gonna be shocked to see Emmy very close in combat. But she won't say anything as not to break the Emmy's concentration. So she is going to instead.
Sorry,
grip
this
her-
is the turn that you are stunned. This is your
Oh, okay.
one turn. You're
Okay, cool. All right.
right.
Moving on.
Because Boltzmann was after it, and then you're
Mhm.
you're ahead of it. So this is your one turn stun, I believe.
All right.
Right? I think so.
Yeah,
Hold on one
sure.
second. Talk amongst yourself for 2 seconds, guys.
You might still note
Chatter,
if
chatter,
she
chatter,
if
chatter,
Cam is
chatter.
waking up, chitter chatter. If Cam is just waking up or just kind of on days and sees Emmy go by, she might notice like a it's not the same kind of smiley like the her normal look. It's this like almost like a smirk, like a determined kind of look on her face,
Mhm.
of just I don't know, like resignation kind of look.
Got
I'd
it.
say.
The puppet got to her.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right. So everybody good?
Yeah, we good.
We good. Okay. It is the creature's turn. You see it kind of in this defensive position and keeps taking shots, and it keeps trying to deflect itself, and it's taken a lot of shots. It will turn its blade, will grip its axe in both hands, take it back behind its head, and make a swing at the largest and most intimidating presence in front of it.
The elemental, right?
Spoilers.
Obviously.
It's obviously the elemental.
Fritzy wants you to hit him. Whoa!
Jesus!
Holy
Oh
Christ!
no!
Well,
Oh no!
That was 58
Ooh.
damage. Holy Christ. Okay.
You got this.
damn.
You got this.
Okay,
As you
there's
see-
lots of crits.
As you see this axe being raised into the air, the entire head just cast a shadow on that entire side of the map. It's just covered in shadow, blocking out all sunlight as it begins to hurtle towards your face, Brad. You throw up your shield, but the speed and intensity of that this thing is coming in shifts slightly and moves down. And as you push your shield up to your face to protect it, it cuts in and cuts underneath of it, slicing you across the belly, digging deep into your armor, slashing into you deeply. It pulls it out.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
Huh.
You see it.
Don't get hit, guys.
Again. That'll be its turn. Addie, what's Addie doing?
Addie
the
is
hell they're
going to
doing?
be watching the situation. Her beak is going to be lifted into the air. She's like taking in all the scents and the sights, and she's just analyzing the situation, like whether to bolt or to defend. So she's just
make
staying
an
put.
intelligence check. Now, after seeing her owner be slashed in the way and the amount that he was just taken on one damage, over 50 damage on one hit. Make an intelligence check to see if she decides to listen to her master or charge into the Right.
Addie, no!
So
She has a
cruel.
Was the
minus
damage
4.
that bad just because it was a crit?
Oh my
no!
god!
Oh, Jesus!
Well, he's less than half his
Oh, what the heck? I don't
Addie.
like this.
So
Addie.
I'm gonna ask
What
that
what
you
happened?
use your movement and your full dash to be able to try to get in.
Oh no.
Oh my god, okay.
And you have to take the position that it's trying to defend its owner and character.
Okay. So seeing Bran be slashed with this great axe, Addie is going to be immediately on alert mode, and despite her primal fear, I suppose, she lunges from the tree where she was hiding and she dashes next to Bran.
That'll be her turn.
Oh my god, Addie, no!
Oh god, no.
Boltzmann.
Oh god. All right. First things first. This thing's axe. Does it appear to be made out? What is it made out of? This creature's axe.
It looks like a metal composite of something, and you're not 100% sure. It's very rustic in nature, meaning that it's not well. It's not well defined, as in like the wood has been not like. There's no polish on it. It's very rustic in nature, but it looks very well maintained, and it looks like it was designed for battle.
Ooh, okay. Boltzmann doesn't like this. All right. In horror, seeing what amount of damage this creature can do with its axe, Boltzmann reaches into his has already pulled out his arcane firearm and reaches into his bag of holding and producing a single piece of ammunition. This one colored, it's shell colored red, and he loads it into his weapon and takes aim at the axe. And DM, if I can, I will cast heat metal on the axe, 2nd level.
Okay.
Boltzmann pulls it. Is it made out of metal? Is it fully made out of metal? It should be. That's what she said.
Wait.
I'm scared now. Oh no, that's actually
no.
this thing.
What's the actual spell? Heat metal?
So what the spell does is that it heats up a something manufactured metal or whatever metal object, and whomever makes physical contact with it takes 2d8, but in my case it's going to be a total of 3d8 damage per turn if they make physical contact with it. It can attempt to make a DC 17 Constitution save to keep hold.
I will. I'll tell you this ahead of time before you, and I'll let you adjust if you want to. The axe head is metal.
Oh gods damn it!
The actual looks like almost like a part of a tree that has been uprooted and wrapped around this metal object. So the actual handle is not metal. So you can still do it if you want to, but I'm giving you the.
Oh no!
That would have been something you would have seen very easily.
Oh,
At least then the next time it attacks Bran, it'll cauterize the wound.
Oh gods! All right.
Silver linings.
Silver linings, right?
Too soon.
All right.
Huh?
Boltzmann doesn't know what to do. God. Okay. What Boltzmann will do instead is he's within reach, isn't he? He can't just run off as well.
Yeah.
I am in,
You're
I
diagonal
am-
reach there.
Oh god. No wait. I'm thinking, because I just realized it doesn't work.
His reach or your reach.
His reach. This thing's reach. Yeah, I'm
You don't know
within.
what its reach
Mommy, please, no. All right.
is. What you doing, Artificer?
I hate this. All right, Boltzmann is gonna do what he wants to do. All right, retconning all this crap then. Boltzmann, seeing this there then appears a spark of madness in Boltzmann's eyes, and he reaches into his bag and I'm just gonna say that he loads a single piece of ammunition into his weapon, and he takes his weapon and he aims it at Bran, and he goes,
He turns to the group.
Bran, don't resist this, and he pulls the trigger, and I don't know what Bran's feeling right now.
Bran is clutching at a gaping wound in his chest. So I don't think he's in the mood for resisting anything at this point.
And Bran, what happens then is there's this single piece of piece of ammunition that just flies off towards Bran's face, and Bran, probably you wouldn't notice it until it hits you on the somewhere on the cheek. And what's the flavor that I do for this? All right, and as it hits your cheek, it sprays a red mist on your face. You feel it spray. You feel it coat your face, and it tastes something like a sort of spicy coffee with a hint of metallic aftertaste. And it starts to sting your eyes for a few brief seconds. And then the next thing you hear is Boltzmann laughing. As this, Bran, I'm just gonna do this to you. I'm casting. I'm doubling down on this. I am casting Enlarge Reduce on you.
Oh my god.
I am casting Enlarge on you.
Godzilla noises.
I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. No, guys. All right. So
You created a monster. You created a monster.
No. Addy stays there.
No. Because I have to move Addy because I grow larger.
You need creatures in the space.
I grow
No,
larger.
I was thinking the Boltzmann would be the one who's going to be just swat Boltzmann off away. Brad,
going
Let's have you crit again.
Pacific Rim.
you feel your heart race, your muscles tense up and immediately relax themselves, and finally you see that the ground before you is starting to become smaller and smaller and smaller.
Hear and feel the creaking of your armor as it fights against it.
It grows along with you. And Boltzmann then, that is his main action, and as a bonus action, once again he reaches into his trusty bag and pulls out his best one of his friends, Barnabas, a metallic construct. It
Barney!
pops down out the ground.
God.
That is the end of his turn.
Oh my god.
It
What
so
is this shit?
Alright, so Bran, for you, you're gonna take in addition to the 2d6, you now have another one. You have additional 1d4 damage. So cool beans.
This just became
And you
special
basically-
edition horror show. But
I'm trying
okay.
to decide if you have double advantage or not, because
Give him a plus something. Give him a plus.
yeah, on strength checks you would have double advantage.
Is he now as big as the Titan?
No, he's still
Almost.
slightly smaller, slightly about 5 feet. He's about 20 feet tall right now,
Wrestling.
and
Oh my
no,
god.
he's about 15 feet tall, and the Titan's about 20 to 25.
25. Yeah.
Wrestle with
Holy
the
shit.
submission.
The only thing that
You
would
want
make
strength?
it funnier
I'll
would be
give
if
you
Bran
strength.
was a dwarf.
Ow.
Actually, yeah, so now that Bran is
Massive.
Truly
Practically.
superior.
practically foaming at the mouth with like fucking adrenaline.
Oh man, my man's heart rate. Oh no.
A human
Um,
heart can't handle being that big.
Will Emmy, Will Emmy.
I'll tell you this,
Creatures
man, I
are
ain't human.
For that.
Emmy now wants to dissect him for science. How big is his heart right now?
Would this be a bad time to say that Bran's plate armor is... No, I'm kidding.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Those
So,
weighs
okay.
5 tons.
so seeing as
DM
Bran is now.
Seeing as Yes?
good Lord.
seeing as
So we
this totally immersed world right now is coming together. Yes, tell me.
Uh-huh.
I bet you didn't expect me to bring out that potion from like years past.
Wow.
Bolt's been just doubling down on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ruled this out before that if I were to grapple him, if I were to grapple an enemy to the ground, they would be considered. They would have advantage on like attacks on them.
If the creature was, it would be
Restrain. Can you just restrain?
restrained.
Yeah,
Yeah.
restrained.
Bran, restrain this thing.
Yeah, I would. I actually hearing the taunt after being gashed by this colossus and having this gaping wound in Bran's chest. He's in shock, obviously, because the sheer power of the blow just crushed his armor and pierced right through it till it like practically left a dripping hole in his chest. Bran like grits his teeth, looks back up at the creature, and in a moment of fury, and after being after growing up to Bran, he did not notice that he grew larger, but he did notice that perhaps he was at more of an eye level with this thing. He growls and attempts to restrain the Colossus.
Hells yeah. Roll with advantage. It's an
Fucking
athletics
kaiju,
versus.
this
So
kaiju
it's a
battle
strength
over
check.
here.
It's basically a strength check, so I'm going to give you double advantage.
Oh my god.
Isn't it like wouldn't that be like athletics versus athletics or what was it?
I don't know.
Acrobatics.
Strength versus strength.
Yeah.
Strength versus strength. But I will let you know that it does not have a normal strength.
Roll with advantage, Bran. I do hope this works.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy.
There we go.
What does it look like when you try to give this big titan a hug?
So, like, I believe Bran fell to at least one knee when he took this blow, and in doing so, he kind of pressed his weight into the ground as he pushes forward and just wraps his arm around this creature's chest until he's able to wrap himself around the creature so that he is essentially making certain that the creature's arms are restrained.
Yeah, and as it kind of stands up to try to gain leverage, as you kind of reach out towards it, it feels the back of its knee just give out again as this one specific spot is just so tender and so torn up that it can no longer function normally. You see it fall forward, and you take advantage of that and grab it, like almost gonna tackle it to the ground. So it is now. Are you standing, or did you tackle it to the ground?
No, we are currently standing.
Okay.
And
you got it.
But he is restrained.
Grabbed it. Yeah. Okay. That is its turn. Top of the round. Dante and then Saoirse.
So it's on the ground?
It is not, but it is prone, so you do have advantage on attacks.
Yeah.
It is restrained. Not
It
prone.
is restrained.
Restrained.
Hells yeah.
Cool. All right. So, oh well, I'm only 10 feet away, so he'll move in 10 feet, seeing it on the ground. Appreciates Bran's work, and we'll just stab at it. Seeing it on the ground, he's just going to try to get the best advantage he can, but he won't call shot this time. I'm just gonna roll it twice.
Oh my, that's another crit.
That is
Okay.
up with the crits today, man.
The New Year's present.
Hey, New Year.
It's not as much damage though. I rolled a lot of ones.
30. That's 30 damage.
And it's prone. I should take advantage of that, shouldn't I?
Not prone, it's restrained.
Or restrained, I should say. All right. Well, in one action, he'll just release the rapier, the Mercurial rapier, and then whip out the Ujat dagger that he has. I can't really do that with my right hand. He'll just drop his shield, whip out the dagger, and try to plunge it into any weak spot he can find. At advantage again.
It's because it's restrained. Everyone has an advantage on all attacks, plus you're flanked. So.
I think.
Oh my god! What the hell is this?
I will say that you, because of it, the way that it's grabbed, Branimir has kind of taken its arms and restrained it, and because of this, you were like staring eye to eye, right at like thigh level at this thing. So you see your opportunity just to see this big, wide open area, and you just plunge first your rapier and then your dagger into that same spot where the other side, basically the opposite side of the leg where you had already hit it,
Yep.
starting into that tender meat area that is just exposed, and he can do nothing but flail around to try to move and swat at you, but is completely restrained.
Yeah, as he sort of stabs it in and he just pulls it up just to cause more damage, he'll actually say, "End this now!" Sort of like, "Stop this! It's futile, waste of time, waste of energy." And yeah, wow, that's another lot. That can't be right. Is that right?
There's no dagger that can do.
Oh, that's no. That's sneak attack. Don't worry about that. So it's just so it's just 10 damage.
Okay.
Wow. But that's an extra 10 damage, and he'll step back 10 feet.
Fun.
Thanks, Brad. Good work.
Wonderful. Bran, as you are holding this thing, you feel it struggling. Dante goes and nails it right in the leg and starts slicing into the fleshy part. Feel it kind of slowing down, its energy lessening. It's definitely looking hurt. Saoirse.
So, Saoirse, I think watching all this happen, seeing Bran get hit, and then I think she would see Addie bolting toward Bran once he took the hit. She would actually start running at about the same time. And she would bonus action Zephyr Strike again.
Yep.
To make it to about here. She would use that at extra speed. And she's going to use utilizing the advantage she already has, called shot.
Yep.
On this thing's throat. Because she is livid seeing Bran take such a hit.
Mm.
So as I recall,
give me a quick intellect check. I won't cost your action, but I want to see if you can, or give me a quick your intellect check, perception, to be able to see if you can see exactly where the neck is, because of its multiple heads, because of its weird physique.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the neck. I would say the neck would not be something that you can define on this creature because of the way the heads are kind of almost in this huge pile based on its torso. A pure neck shot, it would have to be a very precise shot. You don't really see your opportunity.
Yeah. In that case, I think she's probably got her bow up trying to gauge where the neck is. Not seeing it, she'll just flick up a little bit, shoot for the eye.
Well, I would say...
Would I be able to make a called shot on that?
You can make a called shot on that. I will say that's a... it's a called shot, but that would be an impressive called shot.
Okay. What did we rule for called shot? It's what, a -10 on the -5 on the roll?
-5 for a called shot, -10 for an impressive called shot.
Okay. So she's going to also burn. So with advantage, -10.
Roll for a crit.
That's an 18.
Oh.
That is an 18 with the called shot.
And you connect. You see the arrow flying towards. You see it moving just at the last second. It pierces into the eye, and to the back of the skull. You feel it connect. You see it wince in pain. It tries to move its arm to grab, but it can't because it's being restrained. How much damage is that?
Yeah, and that'll be an extra 4, so that'll be 12 damage total because that's an extra 4 from the Zephyr Strike. And then with that too, once. Oh no, because I didn't burn the secondary. I'll say I burned the advantage, her advantage on that too. I won't roll again. And then she'll just, seeing it connect, she'll take another shot at it. This time, not a cold shot, just trying to take it somewhere else and wound, pin cushion it.
Yep.
So with the advantage, 13. I swear, I'm just not having any luck on her second shots.
Yeah, the 13 goes wide.
Yeah, and then that, so she's used her bow. Yeah, that's going to be her turn then.
All right, Emmy.
Does the Titan look like he listened to Dante at all as far as, withdrawing from the battle? Is he struggling to break free to continue fighting?
You cannot tell because it's no longer, it's not on its own power right now because it's not standing on its own. It's being restrained. You see Bran basically halfway tackled this thing, so it's connected and holding on to it. You see it struggling for freedom to get loose, mainly because when it's getting damaged, it's trying to flinch and try to protect itself. But there's no way to tell what's its intent at this moment because it's not made an action.
Okay. And then my next question, large as it is it and Branimir considered in the same space because Branimir is holding it?
It depends on the size of the space. You could have a space that could include both of them, or it could include just one.
Okay, because I have so the attack I have in mind, it's 5 foot wide.
Mm-hmm.
And it's each creature in the line, as et cetera, et cetera.
It's in a line?
It's in a line, but it's also electricity. So I don't know if that's poor Bran,
Oh, you're wondering if it would connect. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one way to find out.
Oh dear.
Oh my god, Emmy.
I don't want to do that to Branimir.
Finish him.
I feel like he could handle. Right.
Finish them.
Let's see. Oh man, making that real difficult for the casters over there, Swolamir.
I mean, I can let go of him if you want.
I don't know that's. I don't know. But I also don't know if I'd be able to. Would he be able to react if I said something like that to let go and it's not his turn?
I think I have to.
I don't know if he'd be able to actually do it.
I think I have to use that as an action on my turn.
On your own turn. Right.
Well, if you're letting go, it'd be a free action, but it would still have to be on your turn.
It's still your turn. How much? No. Gosh dang it. With your grapples. You dang grappling. No, it's a good idea. Sorry, the question only just popped up in my mind as I was about to take my turn. Otherwise, I would have prepared something else. So what we'll do instead... high levels... Increase by 1d8. So which one would this be? 5d. That's not bad. So she's going to cast... Not exciting. She's going to cast Mind Spike on this creature. It makes a Wisdom saving throw, but I'm going to use Portend to give it the 11, which is going to make it fail.
Okay.
Nice.
It will use its resistance to be able to stop that.
Stop the Portend?
No, it will stop the effect. It's the same as if it failed a saving throw, it could just change it. So instead of using the pretend, it would pass.
So it passes the saving throw, or I don't get the attack at all?
You get the attack, but it succeeds on the throw.
Okay, so we'll just do the damage then. So it'll take half damage. That could have been so cool. That's all right. That was at which level did I cast? That was at 5th level. I mean 4th level rather. I am. So it'll take half of 27.
Okay.
And then Fritzy is gonna keep wailing on him because that was what he was told to do. So Fritzy is gonna make his first attack. Where is it? Fritzy, there you are. Oh right, he can't do it that way. So first attack. Roll 1d20 plus 8. Nat 20.
Wow.
There it is.
I love the crits we're getting this session.
It's a good sign. Good
It's
omen.
That's the
This could have been really bad if you guys didn't roll well. Crushing.
That's his first damage. How does crit affect
6.
damage?
So,
Just another 1d10.
So roll twice.
Just add another 1d10, and that is...
Okay, so 6 plus 9. So 15
That's
damage.
just 6 plus... It's just 6 plus 5. It's 11 damage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so 11.
Yep.
And then the second attack, I'm going to use my other portend for the 19 to hit. I think 19 hits. I think 18 hit.
19 hit.
Awesome. And then the last bit of damage. Yikes. Not as good. But 5 more damage. And this is taken as fire damage.
So as the elemental kind of slams into, well, the restrained beast, you see it definitely try to flinch. It definitely, Bran, you see it struggling in your arms to be able to try to move, but it cannot. So it takes that damage, flinching at the flames around it. But it continues to stand. Give me up.
Okay. So first things first, when she saw all this damage, poor Branimir, a lot of things happened. Oh my god. She is panicking. But she also understands that if she doesn't do anything right now, it could get really, really bad. So she's going to grip her Binu blade really tightly, and she is going to close her eyes and activate Radiant Soul. And then she is going to look at this entity, this humongous being, and pleads with it. Enough. She says enough. And then she is going to strike it. Oh, dear God. With Searing Smite.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Let's go. Shit. That, and. Wow.
You ought to roll with advantage.
Oh, what? Oh,
you're
that's
gonna-
right, because
Yeah,
he's.
yeah.
Oh,
He's
that's right.
restrained.
That's
So
right.
Yeah.
roll all
Oh.
all three of those again.
Got it. All right, got it.
And roll
Thank
basically
you.
one more.
Thank you for
Forgot
reminding me.
about that.
The pull, yeah, and one more.
Yeah.
All right. Now for damage with Searing Smite. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know how to do this anymore. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys.
Yeah, you hit on all three.
With the Searing Smite, it's only with the Binu blade, correct? Not the pole arm butt.
It
Correct.
just applies on one attack, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 1,
Okay, got it.
3, 9. And the pull bit was 4.
Yes. How
Plus
much
the
is
radiant
that?
damage.
Plus radiant damages.
That equals your level, I believe. So 9.
Yes, 9. Yes.
You see the Titan begin to take this damage. You see it kind of flinching everywhere that it's kind of being attacked by these flames in your full, but every time that it comes into contact with it, you see its eyes beginning to dim. As it begins, that's your turn.
Yes, that is my turn. When she says enough, as she smites this thing, she watches from the entity and then to Branimir, who is bleeding profusely at this point, and just hopes to God it just screams out, "Uncle!" This is insane.
You see as you make these final contacts, and you see this blaze of radiant damage attack and just hit it, encompassing it. You see its eyes begin to fade, its arms go limp, not fully limp, but relax at its side. You notice as you're looking at it, you see its hand begin to move and begin to move in a pattern similar to what you've seen from Emmy when she's casting a spell. You see a blue energy kind of come from its hands as it touches its side, and you see this kind of blue energy kind of encompass the rest of its body. As it sits there for a moment, and you can almost hear it catching its breath. Enough.
Oh, thank God.
Its eyes still down.
Okay.
Towards
I was about to say, counterspell? Anybody counterspell?
Thought it was phase 2
I do
or
have
something.
one.
Patty, turn.
Well, I was
more.
actually gonna have.
We're still in
Understand at
combat.
this point that it is no longer in combat. How is Addie going to react to this thing?
So Addie is not aware that the creature
He is not aware of the conversation that Kemiel and it just had. It's
Oh,
the one
man.
for its intelligence, so it would be able to attack.
Well, enraged at seeing her master basically take this near fatal wound, she is going to unfortunately multi-attack with her beak and her claws. She's gonna lash out at its legs.
Hopefully, it's
So
just scratches.
Hopefully.
It's gonna
Oh
crush.
shit, it's still with advantage, isn't it?
Crit.
Yep.
Well, she strikes out with her beak. It's a 19.
19 hits.
That's 13 piercing. And then her
As
claws.
Addie
Oh
No.
no.
doesn't need to lash out with her
Okay.
claws, because as she reaches out with her beak, you see the Titan go limp.
Oh no.
Addie!
You feel the Titan's body collapse in your arms, Brad. And as it kind of falls, you not being able to support its entire weight, falls to the ground.
Oh,
Addie killed Titan.
Oh
no.
my God.
Oh
Hey, kill it.
He had 1 hit point.
no! Shit!
Addie the
Oh.
Titan Slayer. Oh my God.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
No, not
As-
nice.
Kill it.
But damn it, no!
As it lays there, falling into the snow, suddenly you hear a breath fill its lungs. Its eyes open wide again.
Oh shit.
Second
Anyone
phase.
making any move towards it?
Huh?
Addie,
Anyone
stop.
making any movement?
Brad, stop Addie. Stop.
Boltzmann is gonna prepare Boltzmann is gonna prepare to use I don't know, use shatter on it in case wakes up.
Right, Emmy's got like a counter spell ready, but she's not moving
collapses
towards
just in
it. She's
case.
moving towards Frisbee.
It collapses down into the snow, and as it gives that breath, that comeback breath, begins to sit up. Begins to stand.
No, please.
Its body is completely beaten,
Oh, you wanted him to live.
bruised. It's bleeding. Its head is down, almost in defeat, shame. Stands,
Better.
using its axe to be able to stand and use it almost as a cane at this point. Gets to its feet, shuffles past,
Boom.
moving towards every step. Hear it. With its last remaining energy, you feel it take up its axe from its side, grip it with both hands, swing, pull it back over its head, swing back with one large hit into the ground, into the platform where you're standing. And as you feel this, you feel the ground underneath your feet begin to shake. Looks broken. The Titan is weak. He moves. The axe plunges into the stone platform. Everyone on the platform feels like a sickening feeling of the earth beneath you. Your feet begin to tremble and fail. A large plume of dust and snow and shards of broken stone fly up into the air, causing your vision to cloud. He hits again. The broken rock beneath the creature's axe gives way completely as the stone tumbles in. causing the dust and debris to swallow the giant and vanish from your view. When the dust settles, the stone platform is destroyed. Only in part. Massive axe blade completely disappearing into the rubble. As he releases his blade from the rubble, you see that a hole has been made, a 15 by 15 foot staircase leading into the hole. The Titan turns, looks at you, gives you an acknowledging nod, walks over to the edge of the platform, towards this tree. And he lays down,
Oh,
back
thank
against
God.
the tree, resting, recuperating. And that is where we will take our first break.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow. That was something.
That was amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Kaiju battle, hell's yeah!
Kaiju
Right? We
battle.
literally had a kaiju battle.
So yeah, there is a hole basically here that is completely filled. That is just a large staircase that is descending downward.
Oh,
And that is-
Hole in
man.
the bucket, dear
where-
Liza.
We'll come back in just a moment. You guys have seen the Titan kind of collapse next to this tree. What are you guys doing?
Okay, first thing Camiel is gonna do. Branimir, you need to shrink back down, my dude.
Yeah, how long actually does that...
Only 1 minute.
Look after yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Boltzmann is gonna stop his concentration on his spell, and
Yes,
yeah,
please.
Boltzmann just snaps his fingers and Bran deflates.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bran is going to slowly reduce in size until he is back to his normal size, which is still pretty intimidating, but not as large as it was before.
Does he make the sound of a deflating balloon?
And Boltzmann,
And it
is gonna
comes from a
just-
sleeping wound.
He needs.
Oh my god.
and
Uh,
not thinking about it, he's gonna try to prop Bran up, imagining that Bran is, despite his weight, he's gonna try to keep Bran from falling down onto the
Yeah,
ground.
considering Bran is now suffering from 1 point of exhaustion, I think he would be putting his weight onto Boltzmann. I don't know if he can carry that weight, but full plate armor and all.
Dante's going to be standing off to the side, just going, "Quick, stop the blood! Put pressure on it! Stop the blood!"
He's already got his
There's so
his
much of it,
hand on
though.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
body's
probably
enormous.
a pool. There's actually probably a pool from when he
Oh,
was
Jesus.
giant Bran, and
Eddie, stop licking the blood! No! No!
Oh my god. Okay, Camiel is going to actually drop her Binu blade and completely desert the thing and run up to Branimir. And while Boltzmann is holding him up, she'll kind of pat his face as if to check if he's still there, and then immediately put it on the unfortunate gaping wound. And she's going to heal him, actually give him all of her points from Lay of Hands, which is 45. And while she's
my
doing
goodness.
this, yeah, she's panicking, so she wants to make sure he doesn't die from the loss of blood. And while she's doing this, she's just checking on him and actually like wiping the sweat from his forehead. Branimir, are you okay?
I'm gonna need one of those
All
potions.
right. That's enough. That's enough. Stop talking. You're only going to make it worse. That was a stupid question. All right. That was amazing. You did so well.
Was something for the books, Bran. But we are you fine? Boltzmann's just stammering, realizing as he's speaking, it's just now that he's realizing that there's still a bit of blood that's dripping from his nose from the psychic
Yeah.
attack that he's received.
I was actually gonna say Bran would like lazily try to put his hand on Boltzmann's
Boltzmann's
shoulder
head.
to try to. No, I'm sorry, Bran's hand on Boltzmann's shoulder to try and conduct some sort of healing upon him. So he would weekly actually use Cure Wounds, but only at like the first level slot
Fucking hell.
because he's not in the right state of mind. But he would still attempt to heal Boltzmann a little bit. So I'll roll for that real quick. I'm sorry, no, this should be normal.
That-
Level 1.
Normal.
Dante's gonna call out.
Normal.
Normal.
Dante's gonna call out to
Normal.
Saoirse. Just Saoirse, keep an eye on Emmy. Keep an eye on her.
That's a 5.
Make sure she doesn't go down the stairs.
Or try to dissect the.
And he looks at
wait.
Dante with this.
Just wait.
Emmy looks at him with like her jaw kind of drops a little, like in this
gasp
"Are you
look.
serious?" kind of look. And then she looks back. Then she looks away and she looks down at the stairs. She doesn't go, but she looks.
And Saoirse is actually looking over the edge of the other end of the hole down into the stairs. Ooh. Somebody should probably scout ahead. You're telling Saoirse to stay.
Saoirse can see the look on Emmy's face. She's much closer, just like this look of like, wow. All right, okay.
Branimir,
Dante.
are you feeling much better? Did that do it? Your armor's a little dented. I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do about it.
Dented. It is.
Gaping hole.
The massive
Bleed.
It's
It is
It's
rent
fine.
asunder.
It's but a flesh wound.
It
The
looks
armor-
like a
the armor
tin
he just
can.
fixed.
It looks like a
Go right
tin
in for
can
that.
that was. Yeah, it's a tin can that was slashed with like a pressurized crusher or something.
For a
The
second there, you
chainsaw.
looked like a can of Spam, an open can
Pretty
of
much.
Spam or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like spaghetti coming
Yikes.
out.
Leaking fake feet.
Yikes!
Chef Boyardee.
With the half broken
But-
can opener, so it's all like jagged.
Yeah.
Definitely meatballs.
So yeah, pretty much. I think Brand's wounds would, considering that was 45 HP right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be relatively healed. There's still some scarring and some visible lines where the blade struck, but it looks well. Other than the gaping hole in his plate armor exposing a bit of his chest.
Okay. And with that, actually, Camille will pull her hand away and just wipe his forehead one more time, since poor guy must have been sweating bullets. And look to Boltzmann. Look back at. Yeah, go ahead. No. Go
No.
ahead.
Boltzmann is already hastily making like just field repairs on Brand's armor. Hastily, yeah, hastily like applying, pulling out some scrap metal from his kit,
Holy
just
crap.
to- yeah, just to patch it up. Because he's mumbling to himself. All right, Brand, I'm sorry that this isn't my best work, but this will have to do. We're just gonna have to wait.
Grap Raider power armor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like-
His arcane firearm is being used as a soldering gun.
Oh my
While Brad is still inside.
yeah,
Plasma cutter.
yeah. Come on, let's.
If
We
there's anybody
already
on the
we
way-
already know that Boltzmann has taken care of Bran himself and his armor way too many times. He's
We-
already familiar.
We know Boltzmann takes care of
Yeah,
Bran.
he
It's
take-
okay.
Yeah, he
Oh
takes
my.
care of Brand's armor real good. Every night he
He
does
takes care of
maintenance on it.
Bran himself and his armor.
Yeah.
Real good.
Oh my
God damn it!
god.
Wait, I
Toe,
just
head to
realized.
toe.
Wait, no,
Head to toe.
no, wait.
They are intimately familiar.
They are good friends.
I
Oh,
love that
Oh,
Bran's leaning into
very
this
good
now.
friend.
I think the new Bran is what I'm hearing.
Oh god.
I like
no. But no. That's what he's just doing field repairs, slapping on some metal just to patch up the holes. But making sure that Camille's already taken care of the wounds underneath before slapping on the repairs. So yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. She'll look at Branimir one more time and tell him that you can't take another hit like that. I can't heal anymore. That was the last of it.
I can take another one. He kind of like hops up and down because he's feeling a bit more revitalized because of the the 45 HP.
Boltzmann's refitting the straps. Bran, you might take it, but not your armor. Stay still now. He's just going back to the repairs.
So what is the giant doing now that like
The giant is just leaning up against the tree. He has his head back, his eyes closed, even the eyes on his rest of his torso, they all seem to be closed.
So it appears to be dormant?
Not so dormant. He's breathing. He's just resting. You have suffered near fatal wounds, so he is resting to recover. You see his chest going up and down. Chilling.
Dante was kind of like, not that anyone would have noticed, but he was a little anxious, just making sure that Bran and Boltzmann are okay from a distance, just over sort of Camille's shoulder. Then once they look okay, he starts making his way back over here, casting a wary eye on the giant. But
Dante.
Oh,
nobody saw it.
He does care.
I certainly wasn't looking that direction.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just looking at Emmy's just looking down at what bit she can see because Fritzy is still here for a few more minutes. I think he hangs around for Oh, there you go. Fritzy's here for a while. He's just her companion now. And he casts 10 feet of light and 10 additional feet of dim light. So she's just seeing what she can see as far as he casts light, which probably isn't much.
Yeah.
Like 20 feet?
Yeah, and you still have a few more minutes on your fire shield.
Oh yeah, that's also casting light.
So you're like a perfect target right now.
She didn't go down. I mean, did you want her to? Are we just offing her?
No. Dante still is waiting for the team. Dante is waiting for the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming down to make sure you and Saoirse don't go down recklessly. I might add, just going down there recklessly without the team behind you.
That?
Intelligence is my game. Dexterity is yours.
Experience. I mean.
Oh, okay. I'm muting myself.
She childishly takes a step onto the first step. And then she sits. She just sits at the top of the stairs.
Dante's just shaking his head, wondering if he could bend her over his knee and spank her and get away with it.
Oh no.
Wow.
Whoa there, cowboy.
Hang on.
That went a direction.
All right.
Joke's on you, she'd like that.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, we are learning things tonight, VDRP. We are learning things tonight.
Okay.
Little did you know,
that sigh of defeat from the dungeon master.
But we just survived the fight, so...
I think at this point, Bran would have recovered and would make his way. Well, and admittedly, with the help of leaning probably both on Boltzmann and Camiel, as they make their way to where the others are, so they don't have to wait anymore.
Okay, so you guys are going down the hole.
Oh boy.
I suppose so.
How are we doing this?
Down the hole.
Who are the ones with dark vision again?
Dante?
Dante and
Camiel. Emmy.
Emmy.
We don't know that.
Yes.
Do we?
Hold on, let me double check.
Oh ho ho.
Features and traits.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. I should know where these things are. Yes, she does.
Okay, well, I do believe the people with dark vision should make their way.
Well, what can we see first, DM? As people with dark vision who can look down the stairs.
You see a stairs going into the darkness, far enough where even if you can see, it's far enough down and twisting that you cannot see anything besides what you can see. Yeah, so it's just dark hallway. It leads to anywhere.
Emmy offers that Fritzy could go ahead, just as a strong elemental type.
Dante
I mean,
nods.
he's casting light, but he can help as far as the others being able to see,
Dante's nodding.
and he's stronger.
Send the expendable water creature first. Makes sense.
Fire
Fire.
creature. He's not expendable. This is my friend.
My apologies.
He's come very handy and very kind.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Fritzy. So Fritzy will walk. I guess he could hang, somewhere around 30 feet ahead, and that's the edge of That's the edge of the light, anyway, for the others.
Yeah. He goes perfectly fine down the hall. You can see in front of him. You see more stairs.
Good thing I wore my walking boots.
You see when you look at this creature, where it steps, you can see that it's actually creating a little bit of smoke. These are stairs, stone steps where you see there, and as you get further down, you can see that it's coated with something. From the distance, you can't see exactly what's going on.
As he's stepping, and as we catch up to his footsteps, can we then
Yep.
see that there's something on the ground?
Yeah. If you're continuing to move him forward and then continue behind him, yeah, you'd be able to see that, the first few moments you don't see anything but cave, but as you continue forward, there's walls lining both sides of you. But the walls themselves, they're kind of wet and mossy. As soon as you kind of touch it, or as soon as the elemental touches over the path, you can see that he kind of burns holes into this moss. It's really loose, not really grabbing anything, but it looks like it's all kind of connecting and growing, and it kind of falls apart as he kind of steps and kind of destroys it. And as you touch it on the wall, you can see that it just kind of crumbles apart. As soon as you touch it, it gives way, and the stone is underneath wet stone.
There's nothing revealed on the stone. It's just plain old stone. It's just the moss
From
is
what you
weak.
can see, if you want to do an investigation, you can.
Sure. $27.
Yeah. So as you continue along, you're kind of taking, your gloved hand and kind of the back of your hand and kind of moving this moss away from the wall, and you're pushing it away. At a 29, you're able to push enough of it away. In certain sections, you're only finding the wall behind it. There's no runes, there's no details or anything like that.
Okay. If nothing else, it just helps us know which way we came in.
As you continue, after about 2 minutes, I would say by the time everyone's healed, about a few minutes later, your elemental goes out. Or no, it's an hour, right? It's
Yes.
so your shield would definitely run out.
Yes.
After about 2 minutes of kind of slowly walking down these wet stone steps, it slowly begins to kind of level off. The left hand of this wall, where you had been completely enclosed before, and kind of going at a steep decline, it begins to level off, and then you notice that the left-hand side, the wall kind of opens up. You are now in this huge cavern, 100 feet tall, with you near the ceiling, and kind of slowly making your way down this embankment that kind of hugs the far side of this massive open space. In front of you, you see a spectrum of colors. Blues, purples, greens, all lining up all these interesting flora and fauna that you see within this space. Unlike your run-in with the Batibat, where you saw these kind of unique, similar but unique colored trees and typical forest fauna within the underground cave. These are not like purple magical trees and glowing flowers. In spite of needing a light source, these seem to be things that are seen in caves and dark elements, but never to the scope that you've seen them here. Like, you see this huge luminescent mushroom dripping with stringy moss, some towering up almost 30 to 40 feet up in the air at a distance. You don't see it in front of you, but in the cave, you see this huge mushrooms here and there, different sizes, up to 30 to 40 feet in the air, looking like almost like landlocked jellyfish, slightly moving, very slight current of air making its way through the massive cavern. The air itself is mostly still, but it's thick, musty. Looking up towards the ceiling, once you kind of progress down this ramp, you look up and you see these massive stalactites, but there are small points of light slowly glowing, almost looking like stars in the night sky. Saoirse, make either a survival or a history check. At advantage.
Yes, in that case, that is definitely going to be survival. Let me make sure. 23.
So with the 23, you look up at this, now progressing slowly down to the bottom of this cavern. You realize that this is the night sky of Amma. Very close to what you would have seen this very day if the skies above you were open. You know that every day the stars kind of align to make a slightly different sky, and that there's variations of what you see at different times of the year. But this configuration of stars and these configurations of lights that you see above this cavern is precisely what you would see that very day in that location.
She would relay this to everyone. And what time of day was it when they went in, by the way?
Let's say it's midday. I don't remember the timing. It's been 2 months.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to remember.
It was daytime, I know. You guys had not moved that far from the previous day. So yeah, let's say it's
I think
midday.
you're right, yeah. Yeah, so she would share this with everyone that she's somewhat surprised by it too, trying to make sense of it. All those lights, that's what the night sky would look like tonight. Are you seeing this? I mean,
Boltzmann would look up as well.
Tonight
Yes,
or
Boltzmann, you have keen sense, so you would remember what the sky looks like. You would know this too.
that's tonight's sky, you said?
The night sky.
yeah, that's what. If you were to imagine all those lights as the stars in the sky of Amma, that is what tonight will look like outside.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
And like she was interrupted from like she was looking down because she was starting to like take bits and pieces of the flora until Saoirse got her attention, and then she looks up and is like, oh. Wonder what that means.
As you move closer, and you begin to see more details of the space as it opens up in front of you, there are some stone structures that you see. Most that are completely covered with fauna, weird fauna, slightly glowing in spaces. These mushrooms that seem to make up a large portion of the organic material here. There's a center structure that is shaped like a huge sphere. And the base looks like the base of this building looks like a very cylindrical. If it's as like a spear has been placed on this, almost like cylindrical tube holding it. Actually, Saoirse, make another perception check. Anybody can make a perception check.
Perception.
And that's just a straight perception.
Womp.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's captivated by the stars.
Yeah, that's 9. Yeah.
Only Dante knows.
Dante, as you kind of move towards this building that's in the center of this, and the sphere is huge. It's 100, 150, 200 feet wide across at its biggest. It's almost like a ball that's sitting there in the middle of the space. You notice, first thing first, you notice like this orange hue coming from the inside, yellow hue. You also notice that this almost luminescent underdark jungle of fungi and alien-looking plants. Notice that it's more towards this central structure. It looks like from a certain distance, if you squint it looks like almost everything is radiating from this space. The denser, the closer you get to the sphere, the denser the material is around it. And it almost looks like everything is emanating from this structure. It's a large ball-like building.
Well, Dante will point it out to everybody else. I think over there is where this is all centered.
Surrounding this large structure and kind of moving the path down from where you're coming, included in this, it gets to a place where it looks more formally constructed. There's still vines, there's still materials, but it does look more formally constructed once you get to this kind of leveled out area in the cavern. You see many stone structures and kind of like paths and kind of surrounding this central ball, the central sphere. Most of them are platforms with like paths that kind of surround the ball, like all open, no closed buildings that you can make out. And again, the more you look, the more you notice that this overgrowth of material seems to be coming. This organic material seems to be coming from this place. It looks like it's very similar to what you saw in Ropeburg with the water gardens, where it's multi-tiered and kind of looks like something that had been put there as almost like a park or something of the sort, yet has been overgrown with this material. The base of the sphere, the cylindrical portion, is open, and a light is limited, but a warm yellow glow is coming from the interior. Is proceeding.
I wanted to see if I was close enough. I don't know the range on detect magic. I wanted to see.
I believe it's 30 feet all around you.
30 feet? Yeah, self 30 feet. How far are we from the structure?
You tell me. How far have you gone?
I mean, she's moving. Like she's observing and walking. She sort of gets the sense, and she might mutter this sort of aloud, that it kind of maybe looks like an old city or something that was like abandoned and overgrown. It sounds like it reminds her of that.
Yeah, it's definitely not large enough to be a city, and the only structures as far as buildings that you see would be this one central structure. It does look like this would do well in a metropolitan area. Like you take this and put this somewhere else, it looks like it belongs, and it was prepared just like an architect would something else, with these different levels, different kind of park-like surrounding this central structure.
She'd be making her way towards that central structure, so she could cast detect magic on that thing that's. You said it's emanating a yellow light.
So the way detect magic works is there's a time period and then anything around you. So you don't detect it on one thing specific, but you get within range of that one specific thing if you're trying to pick out one specific.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
as you move towards it, once you get near it, I'll let you know what you find.
That's where she's headed.
For Boltzmann, Moose, remember this environment right now. Does it feel similar to that one, uh, environment, the corrupted one, where they found what was his name? That mage, Saga.
Hmm. No.
Um, was it?
No, it does
And
not feel like that. That was more. That was darkness within darkness. So that was
Mhm.
almost like a shadow overhanging over this. This seems very much full of life. It looks like life is emanating directly from this sphere with all this organic material around. And this is a cave. You've been in caves. It is possible for moss to grow, but to have the growth, the size of all these materials, it's completely unique to anything that you've seen before.
seeing all this probably organic matter like floating around in the air, Boltzmann's gonna cover his nose and mouth. He just doesn't like the idea of breathing that in. He's just gonna keep on he's gonna keep an eye out on Emmy just in case anything pops up, or if she needs help with anything.
Uh, and as you guys all kind of move towards this sphere, the doorway is open, but there's a very large layer that kind of surrounds the doorway of organic material, kind of pouring out, kind of covering even the door. So this large, probably 10-foot wide, 8 to 10 foot wide doorway. There's probably at least 2 feet on both sides of both sides and up and down of just this organic material kind of flooding out of this place. To kind of get through it, there is room, but you kind of push through it. It falls off fairly easily if there's no way to grip. Like the stone behind it is fairly smooth, so it does fall off fairly easy in parts, especially the mossy area. The vines kind of continue through. You can definitely see this nice, shiny, almost marble-like finish to the building itself. As you kind of continue, the doorway, again, carpeted in this organic material. There's no, kind of, it's a slightly more slippery here at the base, and kind of enter into the stairwell, into this doorway, and you go up a few stairs, which because of the overgrowth is almost like a ramp, and as you're kind of elemental in front of you kind of goes up these stairs, you can see it burning through, and you can see where the stairs are, kind of burning a path towards this middle of this large open sphere ahead of you. Once you get up this ramp, it brings you into this main sphere. You look around this massive sphere, and it's covered in organic material. Again, the sphere itself looks like it's about 200 feet across at its most wide. And again, it's covered in this green mossy, almost the entire space around it. In the middle of the sphere is a large 5-foot by 5-foot yellow glowing orb that is centralized, that's hanging from a chain from the very top and is hanging somewhat into the middle, and it's producing this glow that glows from outside. You can see it. In this room on this main platform, again, overgrown by vegetation, moss mostly, some small purple mushrooms glowing vibrantly, very healthy, extending towards the side of the platform. There's no stone visible at all. As you kind of look at the middle of this place, there is this kind of large lump of material that is sitting in the middle. It's like directly underneath the orb. There seems to be something there, but it's completely covered by material.
I've been detecting a certain type of magic in all this.
Yes, as you walk into the room itself, let me check some schools for you. biggest magic that you are kind of feeling around this building itself is divination magic.
Hey, I like that one.
So
That's my
as you were feeling this around, it's not the entire building itself, but there are pieces within the building, and as it's kind of all hidden by this organic material, but there are definitely things that you feel. You can kind of almost make out outlines of where this magic is kind of emanating around you in spots. It's only 30 feet, so you cannot make out like the entire thing, or the orb above you is so far above your head that you cannot make out specifics. But as you kind of go across the edge of this thing, you definitely pick up divination magic as the number one trait. As you're moving towards the center, towards this kind of large lump of something that you can't make out, would be find within this large, almost kind of section that's kind of protruding from the rest of it. There's evocation magic, well as a large source of divination magic on the center and on one side.
One side, you said?
Yes, there seems to be like there seems to be a shape of some sort. It's hard to make out, but it looks almost star shaped, glowing star shape that you see in this platform. Divination, the magic that you see a large globe, like a large sphere that's in the middle of this overgrown thing that is glowing, and the evocation, you see a large, almost 2-3 foot long. Really can't make out what exactly it is. About 3 foot long, 1 foot wide at the most, and is glowing evocation magic.
Okay.
But it's all coming from this kind of overgrown thing in the middle.
She really just wants to go over there and move the moss.
Find anything interesting, Emmy?
Yes. A lot of magic. Divination, which is right up my alley, but also something else. Not quite sure. And she's staring at that kind of sort of star-shaped blob that's covered in the moss. And she asks Fritzy if he would kindly burn off that moss so they could see.
At the mention of divination magic being present, DM, the ceiling of this room, is it still that mossy? With the stars, with the ceiling, the glowing spots looking like the stars in the night sky.
No, that's the exterior of the cavern. What this is kind of moss has overgrown all of this, except for the very top, and you do see almost like a copper material that is at the very top of it. That's just at the peak. You can just see it kind of peeking out where the moss has not been able to connect and hold, simply because of weight or time or whatever it is. It just doesn't seem to be a place where it can get a good hold. So you see the copper underneath.
Boltzmann would go with Emmy, actually. But before doing so, he would take a look both at the others, Bran, Camiel, and Dante, just making sure how they're reacting to all of this before he goes.
Frankly, Bran is just too captivated by the environment around them. Like, this is something he's never seen before, and he's certainly not the expert when it comes to magic. He's only just recently acquired his powers, so he's gonna leave. He's mostly just deferring to mostly Emmy and Boltzmann on this one.
All right.
This is out of his depth.
Dante's just keeping his eyes open. Excuse me. He's suspicious, even though he doesn't. Obviously, there's no sense of danger, so he's sort of keeping aware of his the environment, like sort of the area, in case something jumps them.
Yeah, and Boltzmann would be right beside Emmy as the fire. Is it the fire elemental? Yeah, fire elemental would
Yes.
burn away the organic matter.
And she's keeping her eyes on him on the elemental and not on anyone who might have accompanied her.
As this elemental begins to burn off of the material, kind of clear off this table. It's basically a white marble table, almost in a large patch of sod that kind of combusts and moves and burns away. And with your hand, you can simply swipe away this organic material. You're able to clear it. It's about 5 feet long, 3 feet wide. It's almost like this table that's in the middle of this large room. You instantly see on the left-hand side, you see a very large sword. Dark Damascus steel. A large cobalt-colored jewel. Its base and tilt. A large Starcaster symbol just above the hilt.
Oh my! Is this? Wait. Is this one of the relics?
We
This
did,
would
in fact,
be
come
the
here for one.
description- This would be the description that you've heard for the Death Mercy Blade. The relic of Masio Valor, the cleric of the Vindex.
Boltzmann would want to reach towards it, but then he stops midway and looks around. He doesn't like the fact that it's just here, lying around. There has to be a catch. And he's looking for
I mean,
he's looking
not
for
the
it.
giant.
Yeah.
The giant titan he fought upstairs wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's not enough for Boltzmann. No, it's not enough.
My God.
So
He
on
was
this long table, you do see the sword. You also see a large blue speckled stone spear that takes up a good. It's the full width of the table, so it's 3 feet by 3 feet, and there's just portions on both sides. The smooth yellow stone base, and a large blue speckled stone spear that is sitting within this base. And on the other side of the spear is a small chest, wooden chest.
Guys, you
That's
might
the
want to see
spear.
this.
Dante's happy to poke his head in, see what's going on.
There's a spear, a sword, and a chest.
No, spear.
Oh no, it's a spear.
Spear.
Sorry, a spear and a
Spear.
chest.
A spear.
Spear.
Spear or a sphere?
A stabby spear.
Spear. It's a large ball.
Oh,
spear.
Ball.
Sphere.
God damn
Spear.
it.
That's what I
Blue,
thought
so I
it
call
was.
it a
What's up
spear
with-
because you guys are.
It's a basketball.
It's a bastard. God damn it, my brain. My
my
brain.
God.
Yeah.
My
Emmy
brain is
calls
tired.
back. Emmy calls back. We hit the jackpot, and she's gonna pick up the sphere.
The spear is 3 feet by 3 feet. As soon as you still trying to pick it up?
Yes.
She said it.
Oh my God.
Okay. You reach out
I-
and touch this blue spear, and instantly a flash happens all around you. This, the organic material that you see all around you is encompassed by this now instantly a vision. And the vision is basically one of the exact image of you standing touching the ball, but on the opposite side looking towards you. And you can see this within 360 around you. The entire 250 feet, 200 feet wide sphere is now this vision of the space, you looking at yourself, looking down at you.
That is not a good thing to see at all. That's it.
Is Emmy the only one seeing this, or is
No,
everybody?
Everyone around you, the only thing that you see is now basically yourself. As you look up, as you kind of take a shocked reaction back, you see that same shocked look in your face as you're looking at yourself now 200
Ugh.
feet high, 200 feet tall.
Oh,
So
I
it's
hate
just-
that.
It's just us everywhere. Just a billion
It's
of us.
just you. No, it's not just you, but it's your surroundings as well. So you see
Oh.
basically what it would look like exactly on the opposite side of this table, looking directly at you, just a few feet above where you're standing.
What?
Brandon's trying to hold onto his lunch.
Seems
amazing.
Seems good for anyone who's paranoid.
Basically, now have this 200-foot cosmetic mirror looking at you, right?
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted for my birthday.
But what more does it do? Is it just a real vanity mirror? What is it?
I mean, it withholds rolling her eyes.
Can we move?
Yeah, try.
And she says, can't tell much just from a first blush, but I'm sure we're going to learn much about it. But more importantly, look what else we've got. And
As
she
you
points over
turn,
at the sword.
before you do that, as you turn, your hand moves from the ball, and all of a sudden the vision around you swirls, and you are now at a different position. You are now outside of this sphere, looking at the entire space, similar to the position where you did when you first entered this cave, but at a different angle across from the cavern. You were switched positions, but it is still this 200-degree, full virtual surrounding of this one space, this one point, whatever this one point is.
Are there cameras in
I
here?
wonder.
Are we being punked?
Are there what?
I'm-
I wonder if this
I
is,
will have the artificer and the wizard both make Arcana checks.
Please.
Oh man.
I'd wanna. Wolfsman would probably understand this, but as a player, confused Unga Bunga. That is just a 14 on my
Yeah,
side.
it sounds like a. It sounds like a spyglass, like a.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Emmy, you've done scrying before, and this definitely
Yes.
looks different than that. But it is very similar. Where a scry focuses on an individual or a creature or an item, this is basically taking that same position of one point in space and capturing the surrounding in real time. What you're looking at, and based on your 20 Arcana check, is almost like a scry sphere, where it's doing that same type of a thing, but instead of focusing on it using your own mental abilities, is this now arcane machine that's doing this. And you flip on your fingers, and you roll back slightly. Give me an investigation check as well.
Okay.
You said this was everybody, alright?
Everybody is seeing this.
Another 20.
With a 20 investigation, you are able to, with your fingers, figure there's a motion. There's a moment there where you're kind of lost in the sauce of moving your fingers, and you get lost. You seem to be just surrounded by this rock where there's nothing around you except for rock. And you move your fingers again, and you figure it out. And you are now outside of this mountain. You are actually able to kind of figure out by moving your fingers around the sphere, you're actually able to control this almost camera angle to be able to see this entire mountain, and you're going to move it and pan it, and with a 20 you're able to kind of pan it over and actually have some decent control of this camera as you kind of zoom past. You see Mount Titan Crest, and you see the exterior, and you see the mist that you had to climb up and through. You see all this different things as you're kind of just moving your fingers. You get the idea that wherever you wanted to look, you
This slow, like Cheshire grin just grows on her face as she steps a little bit back from the table, forgetting that it's going to move the focus again, and
as
just
soon as
starts.
your hand releases from the ball, the vision fades around you.
Oh, she was going to keep holding it as she stepped away.
If your hand removes from the sphere, the vision.
it stops.
We break away from this image, or is there any way we can stop? Like, is it throwing everybody else who's not holding it off? Like,
Say that again.
so everybody who's not holding it, like we're seeing everything. Is it sort of putting us off, or can we still like move in the direction we want to?
You are within the sphere, are able to move around. The vision is so large; it's 200 feet across, so you see it in scale. So you're able to move within your own little thing as you kind of move towards the edges. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I want to move away from it, or like, yeah, around the other side.
You get to a point where you reach and you can get to where this edge is, and it's almost blurry in your sight. And you reach out and you can tell that as soon as you feel past it, there's just a slight give, and you're feeling moss again. You move your fingers and the moss moves away, and you're feeling this copper lining that is lining this entire sphere at the base. You're gonna move your hand back, and you take a few steps back, and again, it's clearly the same thing. No matter where you're at on the sphere, you're still seeing the same image, and she's controlling it. But there's no distance between the vision and the walls. It's kind of one of the same.
This is. I'd rather not be caught up in this.
Oh, I guess there are other things to look at right now. I'll figure out how to get this in my bag, without all y'all seeing this, and she'll put it back. Put it back on the base.
Okay. So it's in the base already. It's just your fingers on the base. So as you're moving it within the base, and it kind of moves and slides.
Oh,
you're not holding it completely.
I think it's
almost
a little
like
too big.
So
yeah,
she
it's
can
like
just...
a 3 foot by 3 foot.
Okay, so we have a bag of holding, don't we?
Not enough for a 3x3 orb.
No. Oh, I
Does
thought
it
could hold
shrink?
anything.
Does it shrink at all? Can you change its
You
size?
have enlarge reduce.
That's true. Boltzmann does have enlarged reduce.
Can't they just like?
And he has it.
Don't they just
I'll
use
let
his
you guys
hands,
figure
like
that
just
out.
doing a large and a big motion? Like, does it have a button or something? A device like?
Amy, from your detect magic, you also felt that divination when you were near the walls, and concluding with your magic that this ball is only the controller. The device is actually the entire sphere.
Sorry, say that again. It was cutting out a little.
Sorry, by your arcane and your investigation, you're realizing that this ball that you're touching, this 3 foot globe that almost kind of moves and spins within its base, is just the control for the larger sphere itself. And the sphere itself is actually what's causing the actual scrying to happen.
Right. So as long as she doesn't touch the sphere, it's not going to start scrying.
Correct. But I'm also saying that the ball itself is only the control. That if you were to you deducted that if you just took this 3 foot by 3 foot ball somewhere else, it wouldn't work if it wasn't part of this place.
Oh, okay. So she can't take it with her.
Correct.
Well, that's all right. And she's saddened to know this, and her Cheshire smile kind of drops as she realizes that. And now she's trying to figure out how to get all the information they need about this place while they're still here. And she is saddened.
Meanwhile, Saoirse's probably retching. Saoirse's probably retching in the corner now that she's no longer seeing this constant back and forth and back and forth. And this is kind of like the first time they were teleported and she threw up.
Yeah.
She's experiencing that again, and so you just hear this.
Yep, Bran is there with her. Bran is right there with her.
holding her hair while he throws up next to her.
Some people just can't hold their magic.
As you both kind of turn around and look towards, there is one kind of dead spot in this entire area where the stairs that you came in. And as you kind of look towards that, you are able to focus on that a little bit, and it does kind of help you balance yourself when you get to motion sickness.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Branimir, it might make
Right
you feel better
behind
that we
you.
found this cleric's mercy blade. Look, it's right here.
Bran kind of looks at the orb for 1 second, and then he feels he immediately feels sick. That's great. I mean,
Does the chest have a lock on it?
You go up to the chest.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
And it does not. It just simply opens.
He's just gonna open it then.
open the chest, and the first thing you notice is the coins, the plethora of platinum coins at the bottom of this.
Platinum coins.
Approximately 1,500 platinum.
1,500 platinum coins.
Chest.
Holy shit.
A letter with a seal that looks very familiar to you. One with a K, seal of King Fortune. And then you also see hold up this star-shaped gem made from the same material as the sphere. Let me upload what that looks like. Oh, there. You see this blue stone, the shape of a star, that is actually made out of lapis. Blue stone with slight variations of yellow, almost mimicking a night sky. You do notice a divination magic as well. Wait.
Assuming that's
Do you notice a magic from it, emanating from it? I have to figure out.
Well, we have the blade, and he looks down at the chest, an awful lot of money.
The star is conjuration magic, not divination.
Conjuration.
Would anybody like to read this letter?
Bran is slowly breathing with his palms flat on the cave wall or the area's wall.
Dante will pick it up.
And
He's biting her tongue.
Saoirse's probably sitting next to him, her head in one hand, and just kind of waves. Like, you do it.
Dante will roll his eyes when he looks at them in the corner and just pick it up and have a look.
I sent this in chat, but it's a little easier to read if I put it in my Word doc.
We've seen this before, I think.
Yeah.
Use that template before, but it's the first thing letter.
I mean, what?
Whoops. Oh,
What?
What?
It's from the same person, so it's very
King
similar.
Right.
Exactly.
It's the same handwriting.
Yeah.
It says, "To the heroes of Oath that have listened to my heed and heard my call. I hope that you are aware by now why I make these preparations, not out of self-preservation, but out of fear for all of our lands and the people of them. Leaders who may still be in power long after I will be dead have committed to the blood of their own people to extend their own reigns and control. Having exhausted all avenues of diplomatic articulation and causing myself and my people much harm, I am forced for hope of a future where persons can rise up and speak truth with more success than I was able to. I believe that the relic that lies within these mountain walls can be of great assistance, but the relic is nothing without a proven wielder, one tested to be worthy through the challenges of daring and strength, such as defeating a diligent ancient titan found here, or a more cerebral opponent you may have already faced elsewhere. The journey is yours to make, but the goal of defeating the Woman of Shadows remains. I hope whomever who has been set upon this path does so with pure intent, with strong fortitude, and the blessing of the gods. Only then will you be able to face this Queen of Darkness and come away victorious. May the light shine forever. King Xavier Portrait."
Well, it seems we're on the right path.
That would be one of a total of 5 artifacts?
It's a start.
I do believe it's 5.
5, yeah.
There was 4 listed within
Oh.
the.
Well,
What do we?
I certainly can't wield a blade like that. This one ain't for me.
What are we going to do?
But-
Yeah, that's exactly right. What are we going to do with it?
Whoever can hold it better hold it. It's here for our assistance, ain't it?
It is wedged into the stone, correct?
No. Once it has been cleared of the organic material around it, there has been
Okay.
on more. I'll let whoever has perception.
Yes.
Yeah, what's your
My
Passive perception?
passive is 19.
19? Passive 19 now. Yeah. So you would be able to tell Dante that it seems like it's not the building that is causing these organic materials to be here. It seems like this sword itself, wrapped up in these vines, seems to be the source of this organic material. It seems to be emanating from the sword more than the building itself.
Did we have any? What knowledge do we have of the cleric who wielded this? Massimo.
You've read his bio. You've heard stories as transmogrified by the voice recordings that you've heard. He was definitely not druid in nature or anything like that. If that
That-
seem especially environmental or ranger-esque or anything like that.
Dante's hand just sort of like cautiously it stops for a moment, reaches out a little bit more, and just like sort of his finger just wiggles a little bit as he puts it on the handle of on the hilt of the blade. Kind of like his eyes sort of like wincing a little bit as if he's expecting to have his finger blown off when he touches it. Does anything happen?
Lose Boltzmann? Sorry. Did we lose Boltzmann?
Boltzmann's
Yes.
cut out.
Okay.
Oh.
When you touched it, Dante touches it. Nothing happens.
Is Boltzmann coming back?
Me-
I don't think so.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens when you touch it. I do know. Let me confirm this. Boltzmann has.
Oh.
I'm just assuming it has something to do with the fact that it belonged to a cleric and healing something or other. It's an area of magic she's not as familiar with, but divine is something.
Yeah, roll one Arcana check to see as you're opening, discussing this and thinking about it. If you could figure that out too.
Plow. 21.
Based on that, you would know that healing power is very powerful.
Right.
And
He's
in
feeling
a
sick right now.
imbued magical item like this, especially of the nature, for how long it's been here, for how powerful the item that it is, these organic materials, the life in this cave, has most likely been contributed to by the elf sword that's been slowly leaking magic effects into.
Dante, with a flourish, is going to just pick up the blade, sort of whirl around with it, and present it to Bran with a smile, like one arm forward, the hilt on the arm, presenting it to Bran.
It's a heavy-duty blade.
Yeah.
Right? Emmy was about to try and pick it up herself, like to try to do something similar. But I was gonna say like she was gonna try and pick it up and like it's gonna clunk to the floor, the blade, and she's gonna like half drag it over and like pretend like she was presenting it, but she can't really lift it well.
Screeching on the ground.
What? Is it a great sword?
It's not a great sword, but it's a very large sword.
Like a long sword?
Yeah,
It's a
long-
bastard sword.
It'd be well. I'd argue that it'd be well balanced. Also, being magical, it's probably not as heavy as it would make out to be. Yeah, and having training as a fighter, he knows how to wield a long sword. So, A flourish? He says, question mark, and presents it
as
to
the
Bran.
sword begins to shake a little bit in his hand.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
You got the flourish off, but it's kind of shaky at the end.
Oh.
Performance
Well-
check.
Just
Yeah.
Alright.
take it from him
Sleight of
before he
hand.
hurts himself.
Sleight of hand.
At this point, Bran is probably recovering. Like he shuffles over to he gives Saoirse a gentle pat on the shoulder as he shuffles towards Camiel, who he then leans upon to kind of get his balance because of the vertigo that's going on from this strange sensation. I do believe
will-
Bran and Saoirse are people of the earth, and something like this being
Yeah.
up and above and all around, it's very disorienting for them.
I will, for the sake of multiple things, but for the, I know that Boltzmann would have wanted to figure out what these things are specifically. So he kind of, after you do your flourish and Bran, you check it out and you check the weight out. It does feel really nice in your hand. Look at that, you grab it in your hand and you see this blue gem and this sign of the Starcaster. And it feels good. That kind of puts you off a little bit. Not quite your theme, but you still take it. It still is a super impressive weapon. Boltzmann kind of takes it from you and asks permission to be able to take it.
Of course.
I will say that this is a you would find out that basically it does do the object of this weapon is to keep someone alive. Basically, the way that Boltzmann explains this to you after taking a look at this, and he also takes the stone, the Star Stone, and does that as well. But once he's done with both of these items, he kind of comes back to the group. Basically, the sword. I'll send you the link with the full details. If the wielder of this weapon falls unconscious, they are considered stable with 0 hit points. If any attacks to the stable but unconscious body, the wielder results in half damage taken by the attacker, and no damage taken to the unconscious wielder. After 1 minute, no outside act of healing has occurred. The wielder will then begin a normal death save process. So there's that. It's basically saving you for death. For 1 minute, you are basically resistant to any more damage than what you've taken on that final blow. It also has bonus action healing, which is calculated by 1d4 equal to half the levels of paladin or cleric of the wielder. And then on top of that, it is a +3. But it is a two-handed longsword.
Yikes. So this is something that Boltzmann told Bran
Yes.
upon handing it back. Okay.
Yep.
So, I guess getting a feel for this blade, Branimir feels rather uncomfortable with wielding this artifact. He just he doesn't feel like, even though Dante would have seemed to have suggested, and also Emmy, they seem to have suggested that Bran were to wield it, and Bran kind of shakes his head and hands it back to Dante, we're here to retrieve the swords or the artifacts, not to wield them.
Is that so? I feel we're here to retrieve the artifacts to use. That would be that's how I perceive this whole adventure that we were doing. But we can't make you wield it, and I'm not certain anybody else could. Saoirse can wield it.
Saoirse.
As you guys are debating this, Boltzmann comes back up with the stone. He goes, "We can figure that out anytime. This may be our way home, wherever that would be. And he holds up the Starstone. On attunement, a cantrip is given to the user that allows them to open a stable one-way portal to connect any location that they can actively see.
Oh no.
Actively
Anything that
see.
can fit, yes. Anything that they can actively see, they can go. Any location. Anything that can fit through the 7-foot tall, 4-foot wide portal can pass through the portal, but once the Star Stone passes through the portal closes and the Star Stone is destroyed, the user must carry the Star Stone.
Actively, as in we are like within sight, or and Emmy looks back over at the scrying sphere.
The large spear is made of the same stone as this stone. And realizing and knowing your history of the gods, the Starcaster god is the god of magic, as also as a different portals and realms.
So we can spot where we want to go, and then we can go.
Basically, yes. The way that you understand it and the way that Boltzmann reads it or understands it from his identify. Yes. You would have a one-way portal, any location that you can see. It doesn't have to mean that you're seeing it firsthand.
He kind of grins
this-
again and meanders back over to the scry sphere.
The Starcaster, and especially those from Amma, would know this. It's the gods of the heavens. The god of arcane knowledge and other dimensions and other realms. And it's typically, the symbols are of stars and fire, and it's usually purple. And this kind of bluish purpley stone that very definitely.
More portals.
More portals.
Dante slips the blade over his back through his kit and just leaves it there. Ready to go. Are we leaving or are we exploring this
Is
area?
that everything in the room that we can see?
All we see. Emmy would warn. She'd give a warning to the weak-stomached ones to close their eyes.
I don't think closing her eyes will help.
She doesn't care too much.
Brand,
Before
grab
she
the
starts.
chest.
Oh my god, that's right. Wait, do we shovel the platinum into the bag of holding?
Chest, grab the chest.
Where are you guys going?
Actually, you know what? With the strength of 18, I think Brand could lift the chest.
The question is,
Ah. You're
Oh,
exhausted.
where do we
that's
want to
right.
go?
I have disadvantage.
Home.
Oh.
Cameo will do it, you fuckers.
We can go anywhere.
meow.
Would it be able to? Now, okay.
Joshua was
now,
considered strong at 16. Come on.
here's the question then. Can the sphere see literally anywhere, or can it only see places on the mountain?
No. As you kind of scrolled around, it did not seem limited to.
And why don't we pop over to wherever we have to head to next?
Do we know?
We don't know where it is, though.
I don't think we do, no.
Don't we have map locations?
Rough map locations, but we have to be able to have seen it.
We have to see it, not have seen it. She gives the sphere a little twirl.
You were currently just off the coast. Squirrel has moved it, and you are currently looking.
Sorry,
off
mate.
the coast.
You're breaking
Can't
up there.
hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are currently it looks like you're just off the coast. You see the coastline. Looks to be an icy coast, so it looks somewhere cold. Possibly south of here, southern Amma.
Do we really want to be traveling? Well, do we know? We have the map. how far away is the next marking on the map?
Or where's that location that would be dangerous to travel directly to? Couldn't we just slip in?
Yeah, but don't we need to rest first? I don't know.
We need to rest. You need to get your exhaustion going. You need to get rid of that point of exhaustion. We know.
I mean, we could. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Sorry.
You go.
We could just camp for a bit and rest up. Make sure everyone's good. I mean, it's the orb is right there. I mean, we're not going to lose anything.
Yeah, if I'm able to get one long rest, then, as Camille said, we could just camp for the night, get one long rest, heal up, and then we could probably teleport to the next location if need be.
Sounds like a
So is that
plan.
what you guys are gonna do? Okay. So as you guys you guys begin to kind of huddle up and start kind of breaking camp inside the sphere or outside?
Emmy suggests, not just for the reason that she generally likes to have her own little space, but she suggests that they not be inside of the sphere room because she wants to see what else, what locations she can see and how detailed she can see them. And some people have weak stomachs.
Agreed.
And it's not safe to put a fire in an enclosed room.
There you
Oh,
go.
it's like 250 feet tall.
Still the smoke.
Yeah.
Emmy's not
Yep.
encouraging them to stay in that room.
Don't worry, her and Bolt's will have fun time together.
As soon as they decided, as soon as they decided what they were gonna do, Saoirse would have left the room anyway. They're like, nope, I'm done.
No portals.
Dante
No
will
for
go
it.
with her.
Promise not to leave without you.
So you guys all step outside. Emmy, anyone else staying with Emmy inside the sphere?
Boltzmann?
What?
Boltzmann?
Oh,
I
I mean,
think Bran would go with probably use Camiel as an anchor to this plane of existence, and he would just lean on her wherever
You
she wants
guys-
to go. If she wants to stay here or go outside,
Oh, absolutely not staying in here. Thank you very much.
outside we go.
mhm.
You guys break camp, and you begin to play, and not play so much as investigate this machine and see how far the boundaries go. I think that's where we'll leave this evening's.
Ugh.
250 platinum pieces each, guys.
250
Holy
platinum.
crap. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Might have to upgrade Addie's armor from leather to plate now.
You just get back in time for it to be finished, and you're like, can you just
Yeah.
make a couple of tweaks for
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, like, can you put some steel plates on
This is
that?
great. This is really, really great. But just got
I have
changes.
a couple of notes.
So I just happen to have 250 platinum.
So then I started spending.
So thank you all to all of our followers, supporters this week, every week, for being here, being part of the show. If you missed any part of this episode, the VOD is immediately available on Twitch, but they will not stay there for long. If you want to catch up with any of our previous episodes of the campaign, the link to our YouTube is below. Search Black Dragon RP, look for our big Dragon Eye logo. Last thing before we go, I want to take a moment to shout out our players in the info box below. You'll see some links. Go check out these wonderful people. Some of them have links to their Twitter accounts, like RPG Theologian Rob, who plays Saoirse, Rilla's Hunter, Aaron, who plays Branimir, Throwaway Doodles, Ellen, who plays Boltzmann, and some stream here on Twitch, like Thumper Knox, Ryan, who plays Dante, Yumi Sagari, Tony, who plays Cameo, and Brenna streams on the Bryn Nailed It channel and plays WB. I'm Brad. I'm also known as Monocle Moose on all platforms. Go check us out. Please go to the info box below. That wraps up this episode from us. It has been a good start to a good session, a good start to the year.
So many crits.
It's an
Hell
amazing
yeah.
day. That was a
Right?
very fun and exciting battle today. So thank you very much for being here. We will see you here again next week. Same time, same Twitch channel. We love you very much, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.